Hey, I took a trip to a part of society that I've never been to yesterday, AJ.
Where's this?
Bro, you're going to love this. I was in is that a city council meeting? Okay. I had no idea. I do not interact with humans that participate in city council meetings, by the way.
Were you in person or like Zoom call?
Zoom call, but there was the ability for, remonstrate, I forget the name. People that didn't want the variance or the ordinance to pass, they gathered in town hall, I'd assume, or city hall or whatever, and there was a camera on the podium that they had there. And then I was on a Zoom call alongside the rest of the board. The president, Madam President was on there.
Wow.
The department, the secretary, the treasurer there, everything was there. The board was there. We're potentially buying an office, but to do that, there's been like a zoning ordinance that has had to happen because the property that we chose to buy that just popped up for sale that I did not know was going to be for sale. And when I saw the price, I was like, we should buy that. And that's where we should make our office at. But then it became this entire thing where I live in a city that's within Indianapolis' city limits. So to rezone a place, both Indianapolis and the place have say in this particular thing because it's a city ordinance or whatever. So I'm in the city council of Lawrence, but Lawrence is inside of Indianapolis. Okay, so there's two city councils basically happening. And whenever I was first going to do this, I started hearing from the downtown Indianapolis people and all this. There's just a lot that goes into this. So I had to write a letter, okay, to every neighbor that was within a certain distance of the building. I wrote it myself, explaining what my business was, what we do, and why we're looking to change the zoning from a church to a commercial operation, basically our show. Church has been out of business for a long time. It was not only quarantine, but it has been this empty lot basically at the corner of, not like super long, but it has been an empty lot here on the corner for a little bit. So I had to write a letter to all the neighbors, and then I had to inform them that a hearing was 10 days later, that if they have any problems with this, they can see me. So I'm exhibit A of the meeting too, by the way. So I am the lead off for the thing. So I did not know that I was titled the petitioner. So to lead off this meeting, I had to do a 10-minute presentation to the board and to the people that were in the city hall about what the business. I did not know I had to do that until the lady was describing what was about to happen in the meeting. The petitioner will present his case for the variance of the zoning with a 10-minute blah, blah, blah. Then there will be a 5-minute rebuttal from the remonstrator, whatever the hell their names are. And then the petitioner will have a 5-minute rebuttal. Then the remonstrators will have a 5-minute, and then the board can ask questions. Then there's another rebuttal, and then there's a more rebuttal. I did not know that that's what I was signing up for until immediately upon them telling me that. So I have to go right into a 7-8 minute description of what our company is, what we're going to do, while being city council Pat. You know what I mean? I completely understand where there's potential worries or qualms with what we could do because we are a very new business and blah, blah, blah. So this whole thing happens. I'm in there for 45, 50 minutes. And a couple of the neighbors are not happy about us moving into where we're moving, okay? They are not happy. And there was this one guy, Mr. Smothers is maybe, Mr. Smothers made my favorite motherfucker on earth. This guy, Air Force hat, okay? I thanked him for his service. American flag mask, glasses, jacket, jeans, and he had lived in the neighborhood for decades, and he was not happy about what I was potentially bringing. He seemed like a 70, 75-year-old man, and I had so much respect for this guy, for how much he loved his neighborhood and didn't want us to ruin it and everything like that. Let me tell you how he went on this entire rant asking me questions, and I'm on a Zoom call. I guess they had me projected behind the thing pretty big. So as this guy starts hating everything that's going on in this meeting with us or whatever, I started laughing, but then I remember I'm on the big screen. So that guy might be thinking I'm disrespecting him right now. I am not, sir. I love what you're doing. He gets through, they tell him he's run out of time. He walks away from the thing and then turns around and goes, I oppose, by the way. And then fucking walks off. I popped so hard. I laughed so hard. I answered his questions. I think there was a lot of, I don't think he hates us as much now as he did during the meeting because I got a chance to answer some other neighbors' questions as well. I mean, It was wild. I had no idea that world existed right now. I don't pay attention enough to that. And to be honest, I did not know what I was signing up for, I don't think, when I sat down at that Zoom call. I mean, it was 50-some minutes. I had a For the Brand t-shirt on. I mean, it was a wild, wild time yesterday. But anyways, by the way, unanimous vote. We fucking got it. Yeah! City Council Pat, AJ.
So it was confusing how you described that. You said there was a building that came for sale, but then you mentioned later it's just been an empty lot for a while. Is it a building?
It's a church, but the lot, it's a huge lot too. I mean, it's like
massive.
It's massive. It's massive.
Are you trying to get a variance to knock the church down and build something else?
No. The church is
Jesus stays.
It might be. Jesus has moved out, but we are going into his house or whatever.
His house.
It's this architectural like phenomenon almost. It's this big circle. It's just this massive circle that is. It has
rotunda.
What is it?
It's an igloo.
Rotunda.
It is like an igloo. I guess a rotunda would be a much better. It's an awesome building, and it's near my house. So I like drove by. It was for sale, and I was like, I don't even want to check how much money that is because it's massive. It's huge, and then I saw how much it was, and I was like, wait a fucking minute, I think I can buy a church right now. And then we kind of did it, and then I did not know I was jumping into the full yay, nay, aye, opposed, petitioner. I mean, I got put on the hot seat a little bit, and I was just like, I just want to run some fucking internet into the place and just build a studio and do a show. That's all I want to do. But I like the neighborhood, so we're going to try to take care of it as much as possible. But it was wild yesterday.
Well, okay, what were they worried about? Like, why do they not? They wanted to stay just an empty building?
Undesirables.
Undesirables that we could potentially bring with our.
Are you running a brothel? Like, what are you applying for?
So I was asked in like the initial conversation about the property, because there's 17, it's a church, it's a massive church. So there's parking lots that are just like huge. There's like a 150-yard field on one side that is just like a full football field. It is this massive area. I was like, oh, we could probably put a basketball court in out here. You know what I mean? Like a street court out here, just play or whatever. And like, as I'm saying that, they started describing that as like what I could potentially be doing to the property during the petition to potentially change the variance or whatever, you know? And then all of a sudden having a basketball court outside, that promotes violence, I was told yesterday.
Big no.
Basketball promotes violence. I was like, are we not in Indiana? My first thought was, are we not in Indiana? I thought Indiana loved basketball. But the thought was, they thought we were just opening up like a park, like a basketball
sports complex.
Yeah, like that is not. So I had to explain, like they thought I was opening up like a sports complex in the middle of their neighborhood. So a lot of yesterday was like, no, that, by the way, I don't want anybody here. Like that is actually the complete opposite.
Keep people out.
We make money when people aren't in our building, actually. So it's a very different thing. So it was awesome though. And that guy, maybe my favorite human I've encountered in the last 5-10 years. He was fucking awesome, dude. He was awesome, AJ.
I mean, it's funny. You said like you respect how much pride they had in their neighborhood. I get it. I understand. Like what if they thought, if they had no idea what you're bringing in there, so they think it could be some big weird arcade thing where people drive from an hour and a half away to do go-karts and outdoor things that are noisy. So yeah, I get it. I get them standing up for it.
We could do
Go-karts,
that.
hold on.
We could put in an entire go-kart racetrack in Mario Kart. I told them yesterday, we could do that. We will not, by the way, if this town is listening. We will not do that. I mean,
we could though.
We could with the space we have though. We could have a mini Indy 500 around the property. I did say we would only do it during work hours.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
But I do believe they had no idea what was going on. It was a nice conversation. And by the way, I live very close as well. So it's like, I don't want to ruin the neighborhood here, okay?
No.
It's your neighborhood too?
Mr. Smothers said he came down and talked to me. This guy was awesome, dude. He was so awesome. I love that man. I absolutely. I oppose, by the way. It was fucking awesome. I left. So I wonder how big I was up on the projection screen up there. I was dying. It was very cool. Then a couple emails got written about us from the neighbors.
That should be. Hey, those things are usually like put on like closed circuit television or something. Like, can you find that? Was it recorded somewhere?
I would assume Mr. Smothers. We recorded our side.
My dad used to watch them all the time for some reason on TV.
Mr. Smothers was awesome, man. I respect the hell out of that guy. You know what I mean? He was like, don't come in and ruin my goddamn neighborhood, right? No, please don't do it. I'm like, sir, we're not. They asked about a tower because we're a live show. You know,
Satellite
we're gonna
tower?
build a satellite tower. And I was like, no, we are not building a satellite tower. Right? Fiber, we might dig it on the ground, but no major construction. Okay, sounds good. So it was a lot of like talk. Some people have no idea about the internet, right? I mean, that is something we have to kind of, that older generation, it is something, by the way, that I love how fiery they were. Like, I did love it yesterday. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a lot of fun. But we are probably moving the office, by the way. There's a little bit of a breaking news.
Yeah.
And although this place is sweet, we got a lot of room for activities. A lot of room for activities. Should be a good time. And we got a full basketball court in there.
Let's go.
Pretty pumped about that. I just got a text from Phil, probably telling me I can't talk about internet towers and satellites. Yeah, he just he was reminding me. Phil was in there, by the way, too. Phil had to go to the meeting. And if they started asking any, in detail spreadsheet NetSuite commercial questions, I was going to be like, CFO's over there. He's got a big beard, and he's also in a T-shirt. Go ahead, Phil. That one's on you. Me and Phil, though, in a city council call is just, I think, Zito, you were in there too, right?
Yep.
Zito and Tim McAfee were in there.
Oh, yeah. The whole neighborhood.
The whole neighborhood, dude.
Wait, were you guys just there watching, or were you there that Pat could throw to you if they had any weird questions?
Well, I was going to throw to Phil for any weird questions. I think Zito and my dad has been one of the contacts for this entire thing because there's been a lot. So I think they just kind of got the link and just kind of snuck in. I think that's what Zito and old Tim McAfee were. But boy, the neighbors they were so pissed at the beginning of that thing.
Came around.
So they did. Yeah. We're going to be great neighbors too.
Oh, yeah.
Cannot wait to get in there and take care of
I
it.
hope they bring us cookies.
I don't think that's going to happen. But
On the opposite side, we should probably bring everybody pies.
that's what I'm saying. We need to become good neighbors up there because I do believe the place that we're getting is rather epic.
I'll mow their lawn, if they need me to.
Really?
Yeah, Smothers. Hey, if you need me to mow your lawn, pal, let me know. I'll do it.
You missed a spot.
I would think he is pretty strict with how
He's
that
probably
thing-
a mow his own lawn kind of guy.
Yes.
Probably got a deer.
He probably does.
Yeah,
Yeah, John
he
Deere.
definitely has a deer.